Hey, buongiorno, ciao a tutti. I'm Aaron here at 99 Problemi, and today I have a video for you on le preposizioni articolate. These are articulated prepositions or prepositions that are joined together with articles. And so this is a unique feature of Italian where you have a simple preposition like a, and it occurs next to an article, and you have to join them together to make a articulated preposition, they're called. And so I'll introduce those, and there will be exercises at the end to show your comprehension. Okay, so really these are quite simple when it comes down to it. Basically, if any one of the simple prepositions on the left happens next to one of the articles at the top, you have to put them together. Okay, so if you look at the example that I've provided above, bevo dell'acqua, I drink some water, that del with the apostrophe is actually a combination of D from the left plus L apostrophe on the top. Okay, so basically you are drinking some water, you got to put D and L apostrophe together, and they join to make del. We'll talk a little bit more about how these are formed, but really, just like I've got the plus sign up there that signals that this is about mathematics here, this is a very mathematical language here. If it occurs next to each other, you've got to put them together, and you've got to join them. Same thing in the second example, you've got abito nell'Italia settentrionale. I live in northern Italy. You could say just by itself with a simple preposition, abito in Italia. That's non-specific as to where you live in Italy. Abito in Italia, you use a simple preposition, but when you add an adjective here, in this case settentrionale, which is kind of a high-level adjective for north, then it has to become articulated. Okay. Now, this video is not going to focus at all about when you use a simple preposition versus when you use articulated. It's really just about how to form the articulated prepositions when you need them. Abito nell'Italia settentrionale would be a combination of in plus L apostrophe, and that would result in nel. Okay, so let's take a look at the first group here. These are all what happens when you put a with the definite articles, excuse me. So a plus il makes al, a plus lo makes allo. So look for this. When you've got an L by itself, that is when no other letter comes between the simple preposition and the letter L, the L gets doubled. So look at the first one. You've got an A plus il. There's an intervening I there, so you don't have to double that L. But in the second one, and the third one, and all the way over to the la and the lay at the end, you've got an A plus an L, and that means you got to double it. So allo, and then A plus L apostrophe is al, A plus I is ai, A plus li is ali, A plus la is alla, and A plus le is alle. Okay, so you have to know if the noun takes a specific definite article. So really, what you need to know here is, yes, the simple preposition, but more importantly, what word, the nature of the word that you're putting the definite article on. Okay, so moving on, su plus il is sul. So see, in both cases with the a and the su, that I just dropped away. And again, there's the double L straight across. I'm not going to read all of these to you because you really just need to learn them. And they're really not hard to pronounce. So da plus il, again the I drops off there, then it's dallo, dal, dai, dali, dalan, dale. And then here's where things get a little bit more interesting because some of these vowels change. Like D plus il will be two I's next to each other, and that turns out to be del. Okay, so for all of the forms of D, when you add a preposition or an article, you have to change the I to an E. Okay, so D plus lo becomes dello, D plus L apostrophe del, D plus I is dei, and so forth. And then perhaps the most dramatic of all of these is the one from the top, the in plus whatever, where you change the in to a ne. So in plus il is nel, in plus lo is nello, and so forth. Okay? What about other simple prepositions here? And I don't want to belabor this point because these are very rare. I'm just going to put these forms up here for when you have con plus a definite article, more than likely you are not going to join them together. I'm putting these forms up here, and really the ones that are in gray are hardly ever used. The ones that are in yellow you're going to see used in songs, poetry, and older Italian. That's about all. You're not going to use these in your writing unless you're writing songs. But for reasons of meter, you might put col instead of con il. But again, that's outside of the scope of this video. I just wanted you to see that these existed at one time. You might see them. You definitely, like, I gave you the example of a Giovanotti song. He's a well-known singer in today's day, from a song that he did a few years ago called Dove ho visto te. And he uses coi miei occhi. So it's very common even to see that kind of joining together. However, for the most part, in your day-to-day writing, you're not going to unite these. So it's just, instead, you just do con il, con lo, and there's no joining them together at all. Okay. Same, I mean, pair very rarely happens. Again, those are also grayed out because they don't often occur. At one point, they may have been used, but as I said at the bottom, using those contracted forms of con and pair is really not used in contemporary Italian, and if you use, they sound archaic and pedantic, but you will see them from time to time. So this is really just for information. If they're in the exercises, I'm not asking you to join them together. So you would just do per il, per lo, per L apostrophe, and so forth. They don't get joined together. Okay, another common use of articulated prepositions is the use of something called a partitive. Okay, and that's kind of means what it sounds. It's a part of something. So instead of saying the water, I drink the water, you say I drink some water, meaning some food. And really you need to use the forms of D with the articles in order to form the partitive if you want to say some. So it's commonly used when talking about food. So I've made up this little exercise where you're going to fill in with the forms of D based on the given ingredients. So if you're doing olio, that would be L apostrophe plus D makes del. Dell'olio, some oil. Okay, so give that a shot. Try these out and see if you can figure them out, and I'll give the answers in a second. Okay. Number 2 is del pepe, so that's il pepe, and then plus D makes del pepe, that's some pepper. And then 3 is delle uova, so the plural form of eggs there, so some eggs. Formaggio is il formaggio, that becomes del formaggio. Pancetta is feminine, That's la pancetta, della pancetta. Spaghetti is, of course, an S plus consonant, and it's plural, so degli spaghetti. And if you take all those ingredients together, what do you get? You get spaghetti alla carbonara. And that's yet another articulated preposition. Okay. Well, here are the exercises, the true exercises that incorporate everything. Same thing here. The first one here is dal. So for whatever preposition in the parentheses, there in that case it's da, I want you to join it together with an article to make these articulated prepositions. In this case it's da plus il. You get dal dottore, that's how you say I'm going to the doctor, even though da usually means from in English. In this case, and often there are other examples where, like dal dentista, going to the dentist or to the doctor, use dal in that case. Okay, pause it there, and then when you're done with those, I will give you the answers. Okay, so for number 2, it's a plus telefono, and that would be il telefono. A plus il is al. 3 is fermata, that's the bus stop. Alla fermata dell'autobus. So alla is a plus la. 4 is per, and remember per doesn't join them together, so you get per la strada. So in the street, per la strada. Unjoined together. Ooh, number 5 is about time, and when you're talking about time, you're always talking about hours, which are feminine. Ore, there in parentheses, you see it, so you get a plus le ore, which becomes alle. Something about the autobus, of the bus, maybe the fermata dell'autobus. There you go, the stop for the bus. 7, a ristorante, that's ao ristorante, masculine article there, io. 8 is a di uovo, that is a dello uovo. 9, su alberi, that's on the trees or in the trees, sugli alberi. Ooh, in the cassetto, that's in the drawer. Like un sogno nel cassetto, a dream in the drawer, that's nel cassetto. That's a secret wish, un sogno nel cassetto. 11, con gonna, maybe this is la studentessa con la gonna, la ragazza con la gonna, that would be con la gonna. 12, a plus lei for studentesse, alle studentesse. 13 is dalle studentesse, very similar to 12. What about on the tables? And 14, sui tavoli, that's sui tavoli. 15, very common one when talking about this country where I'm making this video, is negli Stati Uniti. 16, another li, that's degli this time. Di plus li studenti. Amici is another li, but that becomes ali. 18, bar. Bar is a foreign import word. Takes an il, a plus il is al. And 19, in the mountains, or on the mountains, that is sulle montagne. And the last one, 20, there we go, another partitive with uova, plural, eggs, that is delle uova. Okay, grazie mille for watching here. If you'd like to follow me, I'm on Facebook and Twitter at 99 Problemi. You can also check out the website at 99problemi.com. And that's it. Grazie mille. Ciao.